Hello everybody, my name is Dani, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/RelationshipAdvice. I'm a 23-year-old female and my 32-year-old sister-in-law is sabotaging my wedding. So coincidentally, my sister-in-law-to-be is also an event planner, which only adds steroids to this situation. My fiance and I have been engaged for almost a year. We've only really been planning the wedding for about 6 months, but we've talked and discussed what we wanted. First, my sister-in-law hijacked the entertainment. We wanted a DJ, but she went ahead and booked a band. It's a local band that's apparently hard to book. This wasn't a horrible gesture or anything, but it was over the line, not considering asking us first. My fiance and I wanted the food served to be Southern food since this is where we live, but my sister-in-law ordered catering from a fancier upscale place. I'm not trying to sound unappreciative or anything, but it isn't what we wanted. My fiance got his groomsmen each a hunting jacket as a gift. I got my bridesmaids novelty rapier swords. Yeah, I'm that kind of girl.
I'm eccentric.
My sister-in-law, who was a bridesmaid, told me that the gift was stupid. My maid of honor, bless her heart, took the sword from my sister-in-law and said that if she didn't appreciate it, then she couldn't have it. The final straw for me was when my sister-in-law told her boyfriend that he could serve in our wedding. Her excuse was that they were
practically married
and she wanted him to be a part of the experience. This is probably the 80th guy she's dated since I've known her, so I know he's going to be gone soon. I very politely informed her that if she didn't leave my house, there would be slapping involved. On the previous note, she'd recommended to me that I take my own brother out of the ceremony to accommodate her boyfriend. It seems like a personal vendetta against me now. My fiance ended up getting into an argument with his family over this, and they defended his sister. He told them that if they didn't respect our wishes, then they could stay home. The threat worked, but not for long. We were discussing at my engagement party where we were going for our honeymoon, and we said we were going to Scotland. My sister-in-law said that sounded dumb and we should go somewhere nicer. Little girl, I have a prehistoric lake monster to find and I'm not letting you get in the way of that.
I ain't giving you no tree fitty, you goddamn Loch Ness monster!
I very sweetly told her we made sure to get a nice king-sized bed so the three of us can all have fun together. After all, it's all of our wedding. I had to sit down with her later and told her that she was getting under my skin with everything. She told me it wasn't personal, and I assured her that it seemed that way. I told her that we were going to be family soon and I wanted her to be at my wedding, a half-truth, but she needed to mellow out. She left without saying much, but made a group chat today with everybody in the wedding party, assigning everybody specific tasks based off their strengths and weaknesses. What should I do about her? She's taking the fun out of my wedding, and common sense won't stick with her for more than a few hours. How should I handle this? OP, I think you've done pretty much all you can do at this point. You can probably give your sister-in-law one last chance to change her behavior, but if she does not respect that, then she's out of the wedding. I know you sort of already alluded to that, but you need to be straightforward. I'm happy that your fiance is backing you up on this, and hopefully he can agree to kick her out as well. If your in-laws have a problem with this, they can stay home from the wedding as well. You can let them know that you're surprised this is the hill they're willing to die on, and that you're disappointed that they would really miss their son's wedding just to appease their daughter. It sucks that you have to start out your marriage with such bad blood, but what your sister-in-law is doing is so far overreaching. Good luck. I'm a 26-year-old male and my 23-year-old fiance wants to call off the wedding because I would save my 3-year-old niece before her dogs in a hypothetical fire. How can I explain to her my reasoning? I recently got engaged to my fiance about 2 months ago. Everything was fine until 2 days ago. She has 2 dogs and a cat. She loves them and essentially sees them as her
fur babies.
That's not no dog. That's family.
I like them too. I like pets in general, but not to the extent of calling them my kids or anything like that. I personally find it ridiculous, but it's harmless, so whatever. My sister has a 3-year-old daughter who literally adores me. She always gets so excited to see me, and I get her gifts from time to time. My sister and her husband were going to an event, and they left her with me and my fiance for a few hours. My niece and my fiance and I were watching a movie, and the subject of fire rescue cue came up. For some awkward reason, my fiance asked me if there was a fire, who would I save first? Her, my niece, or her dogs? I told her that I'd do my best to save the two of them, her and my niece. I would put my own life at risk to save them. She said,
What about the dogs?
I told her I would try to save them, but she and my niece come first and it's not even close. She got mad and started saying I'm putting my niece above my
own family.
I told her I don't know what her logic is, but there's no way I would put the dogs, as much as I like them, above my niece, a little human being with whom I share 25% of my DNA. She then started saying that I know how much her dogs mean to her and that if I left her, I would value them as much as I value her. I told her I value her a lot more than she can imagine, but when it comes to saving my niece or the dogs, there is no ambiguity. It's always going to be my niece. She even mentioned how I should even save the dogs before her. I told her the only other being I would put before her is our child when we have one. Otherwise, I would always save her before her pets. Since then, she's been giving me a hard time. She's also been acting differently with the dogs. I used to feed the dogs every morning. Now she rushes to do it, so I don't do it. She takes them on walks by herself without telling me and is essentially trying to take me out of the equation when it comes to the dogs. I talked to her about it yesterday and she said she's not sure she wants to marry me anymore because I don't value her fur babies.
That's crazy.
OP, I think your relationship is doomed. Your fiance is obviously not mature enough to get married. She expected you to save the dogs over her, which makes me think that she would save her dogs over you. Do you want to come second place to dogs? I have dogs. I love them so much, but there's no way I would put them above any human life.
Whoa.
Your fiance also said that she couldn't believe that you would put your niece above your own family. How is your niece not your own family? I'm sorry, but dogs are not family. We can love them to death, but they're not family. Imagine if in the future you have a child with this woman and she still decides that her dog's lives are worth more than her child's. I would really hope this would not be the case, but I wouldn't put it past her. And I don't think that kind of woman is ready to be a mother. So give her time, maybe she'll rethink her position, but if she doesn't, I can't see this relationship surviving. I'm sorry. I'm a 26-year-old female and my boyfriend's best friend, who's 27, walked in on me in the shower. How should I proceed? I've been with my boyfriend, who's 27, for 2 years now, and we have a close relationship with his best friend. We treat him like a brother. The best friend has a habit of showing up unexpectedly at our house, knocking, and simply walking in.
Open the door!
Surprise!
He also has a key so he can let himself in. The key is supposed to be used in case of an emergency.
Do you know what 911 means?
On Sunday, I was in the shower when I heard a knock on the bathroom door. My boyfriend's best friend said that he came to pick up a package which was delivered to our house, but it was for him. Indeed, we received a package for him, and he was asking about it. I said to give me a minute, I would be right out, but he said he was in a hurry, opened the bathroom door, and walked in. I was
So shocked.
that I just stood there soaking wet, completely frozen. I yelled at him to leave, but he just stood there for a good minute, just staring.
Get out! Don't look at me!
He didn't say a word. Then he left. I got dressed, walked out, but he was gone from the house, the package still waiting for him on the kitchen counter. I've not seen him since then. I don't know if I should tell my boyfriend, speak with a friend, or what to do, if anything at all. OP, you absolutely need to tell your boyfriend about this. If he's an honorable man, he will ream his friend for doing this to you. That was
Such a violation.
You also shouldn't be keeping secrets like this from your boyfriend. It makes it seem a lot more suspicious if you don't tell him. I don't think it will do any good to talk to the friend first because he obviously doesn't think what he did was wrong.
I'm sorry. You think you deserve an apology.
There is no reason to open the door when you're in the bathroom. Period. I don't care if you were just doing your makeup in there. If you said not to come in, he should not have come in. I wouldn't feel safe around this friend in the future, and until your boyfriend talks some sense into him and you get a sincere apology, I would never see this person again. I might still refuse to see him even if he did offer an apology. That is so gross what he did. My 24-year-old boyfriend was the best man for his cousin's wedding and he disrespected me. So my boyfriend was the best man for his cousin's wedding. Originally, they had a bachelor's party set up to go to Myrtle Beach. I thought this was a wonderful idea. My boyfriend made sure to stress that they weren't going to the strip club. I felt pretty relieved by that. The trip never happened because of scheduling for his cousin and friends. Moving forward to the day before the wedding, my boyfriend, the best man, planned a last-minute bachelor's trip for his cousin and the friends that consisted of an Airbnb, go-karts, and the strip club. I was
Furious.
but respected the decision because it's a
Traditional thing to do.
it wouldn't be that bad, right?
Wrong.
So we get to the wedding day and my boyfriend won't even look me in the eye.
Look at me!
Something felt off. He cried during the ceremony, which I expected, and for his whole best man speech. That is when I knew something was wrong. Don't get me wrong, nothing is wrong with being emotional, but every little second just seemed odd. My boyfriend asked to talk to me after the wedding. I agreed and he told me this. He said they went to the strip club and one of the strippers recognized him because he had another Airbnb reserved for later that month for us for an event that we all wanted to attend. I thought this was so strange how she recognized him. I don't believe that at all. I get that your profile picture on Airbnb shows who you are, but to recognize someone in the club is wild to me. Then my boyfriend said that he was interested in her lifestyle. He then proceeded to tell me that he wanted to know what the fast life was about. What does that even mean? After that, my boyfriend and all the guys went to Waffle House and the stripper texted him asking what they were doing next. I thought this was odd too, because why would an Airbnb host go out of their way to text someone? So I guess they're all talking at the Waffle House at this point, and the woman asked my boyfriend if he wants her to come home with him.
He says yes.
He gets in the car with her and she's already asking for sex. He tells me he says no, but still engages in conversation with her. She takes him to her apartment where she tries to have sex with him again. He apparently says no and she gets mad.
You must know the effect you have on women.
He claims he was there for no more than 10 to 15 minutes before the guys came and picked him up. After all this, they apparently drove back home to prepare for the wedding. All in all, this was a huge boundary crossed for me. It doesn't add up, and my boyfriend won't answer my questions without getting defensive. He said he just wants us to get back to normal. How can I? You agreed and went to a stranger's house. You could have gotten hurt or killed, but you wanted to know what the fast life was like. Yeah, right. We've been together for 3 years and have never had an issue until this situation. OP, you have to know that your boyfriend is lying, right? There is no way that a stripper would go out of her way to pursue someone this much. There's also no way that she would give away sex for free. I know that not every stripper is also a sex worker, but plenty of them are, and she could easily have gotten paid for that. And I suspect she probably did by your boyfriend. He had a 10 to 15 minute conversation with her at her apartment. You know what else can sometimes take 10 to 15 minutes? I think you do. Your boyfriend would not be so upset and crying all day if all he had done is have a conversation. So not only did he absolutely cheat on you, but he's also lying about it and gaslighting you into just moving past it.
I think she knows, deny it. But what if she really knows? Deny it.
This relationship is over. I wouldn't be able to look someone in the eye again after they did that to me. Please don't be naive about this and dump that guy. That was r/relationship advice. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you next time. Bye.